And we're going to have Sword Art playing the Rel, which should be pretty interesting. A lot of engage drafted very early on here for TSM. Yeah, Victor comes through, so I think it fits well. I mean, I do think this is a champion that can lane pretty effectively, you know, especially when there's magic damage mid and jungle. You can go an early Verdant Barrier. I think that keeps you fairly safe against being burst down by a Syndra, and you can just scale into the later stages of the game.
Definitely agree, but the question is, does 100 Thieves actually play around topside? Certainly you could choose to ignore Senna, Tahm Kench, like they're almost undieable in a lot of cases. Jace does come through, so yeah, I want to see if Closer can switch his style up.
And then it is really nice, and someday here on the Invade, we'll try to harass Spica a little bit, I think, but you don't want to get too crazy because when they actually hit 2, he can skill his E and potentially punish you for this.
Yep, but Someday just going for as much damage as possible, wants to poke down Spica, and honestly wants to keep Huni from getting to lane for the farm, but won't get stopped too much there. At least slowed it down. I mean, ultimately, Someday's not going to be picking up.
Yeah, look at Syndra. Syndra's moving up towards top, so they actually are trying to do this potential third wave dive, but Huhi in trouble on bot side.
Yep, decent damage to the back and forth, though, is, yeah, Huhi had to chomp up, still got rooted in place. It kind of sucked, but going to live. But now, here we go. The chance at a 3v1. They are going to try to play around topside, try to play for damage, and Huni someday misses the empowered shock blast. That was a pretty big deal there. Who's going to pull aggro first? Huni not yet level 3. Teleport comes in. Stun's going to land, but none of the rest of the spells. And that's going to mean Huni is able to get XP off the entire wave. Being super early Seraphs, you can fight second. You don't have to. Either way, it's going to give them enough mana to not worry about much of anything. Another spit back, but Hui's going to be locked up in place. He could die, has to flash early. Thankfully for him, Closer is around, and that is a big damage combo. Sword Art slowly trudging away at 100 health and has to flash it. Lost. He crashed down AoE when he devours FBI. With that not ever landing, there's not much you can do. Ulti's going to come across. Good flash, gets PoE away from the stun. Takes a bit of poke, but nothing else. And
if they can capitalize on that, but Sword Art now here on the roam, and Damonte is still low.
Ooh, stun into stun into stun. Damonte's got nowhere to go. He's not going to burn the flash. First blood comes through. What a roam by Sword Art and a kill for Power of Evil.
Select. I think TSM does have kind of the easier go buttons as far as the 5v5, and we'll see if they can punish Huhi here.
Double Sun comes in twice, but they're focusing onto Lost. Sword Art really can't help him. He just kind of waddles away. And hey, Spica's down here. Spica level 6 on the Hecarim. Not going to go for a gank, although
could be a scrap here, though. Sword Art is on the roam a lot faster, so TSM does have the additional members, and I think as a result, 100 Thieves will have to just give it up.
And I popped yet again, down to 1,300, and realistically outside of a steal? Yeah, okay. Good hesitation. Spica's like, look, it's not in smite range yet. It's out of shock blast range. Let it go in. No big problems.
And this was a pretty nice take from TSM because they didn't actually really lose much of anything to go for it. Oh, that spear was just short. You can see he's nearly at 50 souls collected already, up to 48. So closing in on that third range upgrade, which will be nice, and we could get a fight here.
4v3 as the Syndra is here as well. Who he going to find himself a slow? Sword Art going to jump away, stay alive, but
yes, PoE does then try to push him in after he leaves, but hasn't been getting punished too much. Sword Art, though, up to the top side, looking to try to get something done here with Huni.
He's here again. Someday has flash. He's gonna burn it, but still gets stunned on the way out. So he's gonna go back for the re-engage on a Huni. Good flash gets the Dart to safety, but Power of Evil is teleported topside, and he's 2-0.
Nicely done. TSM proactive on the map here. Sword Art makes a roam to mid, gets a kill there, makes a roam to top, and lo and behold, Power of Evil shows up, says, yep, I'll take that one too.
Yeah, I mean, totally agree. When you look at first blood stats for TSM, and I mean, any player in this game, the only players at 0 were their top mid laner. Going early to those lanes did not do anything for TSM up until this point in the season. This time around, one single roam, and a great one by Sword Art, and good follow-up by Power of Evil. First blood over there. Do it again for Huni with the PoE teleport. This doesn't count as first blood, so sorry Huni, you're still at 0, but you know, the laning phase kill still comes through. In the lane where he got counterpicked. So not only are they doing just fine in bot lane, 123 CS is outstanding, honestly, for Lost, but Sword Art has gotten 2 other kills to his team, so they're winning all 3 lanes.
We'll see if they can set up anything. It looks like they are all moving down here to try to fight for this dragon, so it's going to be about control of mid lane. 100 Thieves needs to be the ones that are to that dragon area first. You cannot face check into TSM's composition. You have got to get vision.
Shield comes in for Huhi, quick heal comes out of FBI. So far, they're going to be able to stay alive. PoE just burning the ulti to zone them away. But yeah, we're still seeing Someday in the top side, does have his teleport, pushing the wave, starts walking down. Huni now walking top to catch that wave as 100 Thieves plays it slowly enough. Losto pushing into the bottom lane, though, is going to mean that turret may just die outright. And top is now being pushed as well. Sword Art waiting to help with Huni if Someday goes aggressive.
Oh, this
and
could
he
be
is.
a kill.
All right, big damage comes across. Hooney's down to 400. Nice stun combo comes across. Sentinel's going to get a shield on there, but Someday is still going to run out of health as Sorta just cues him, ignites him, he heals up, he flashes, and it's time for Spica to run in and do the drive-by smite. TSM 3-0.
Oh, that was actually pretty nicely played by Someday, almost killing off Hooney and then utilizing the Omni Vamp he had there. He has been extending his lead, but Hooney was just a really nice bait here. As soon as Someday goes in, they have the E for the stun. Sword Art flashing in with the WR, lands the E for the stun, drops the ignite, and then they actually start backing off thinking the kill is there, but Someday turns, Omni Vamps off of the minions, then flashes out of the boomerang, and you're thinking, really nice escape.
Can they fight them back?
For them is that they actually, Hooney megaed out, so he actually is going to be on this time limit, and then as soon as that does expire, maybe they actually just try to force this right now. You can see Hooney on that ward. They actually spotted them.
They're separated, but the engage is so bad. But TSM's still a little locked up. There's the double knockup. There's the big engage. They're going to bring back one, but Demonte is going to die. Lost finds the kill, and it's suddenly a 5v4. Hooney kites him away, and 100 Thieves is forced to run. Hooney gets a bit of damage across. Sentinel does not find a kill. Someday will live.
Really nicely played. Closer's still sticking around. They want to try to continue to get poke out, see if they can get anything done here. I think he's feeling the pressure. This game's slipping away from them a bit. Now Hooney looking for Mega.
Meganar comes off, finds one, finds two. FBI, he's going to drop as well. 2 more kills coming across. 100 Thieves did not need to go for the re-engage there. There's no realistic way you make that one happen.
You don't want to see them just straight up 50-50 this. I think they should send someone over. Maybe Sword Art could look to try to deny it.
Empowered Shock Blast with a chance to smite. The burst is there. The capability of stealing is absolutely available here. Sunday's around, Demonte's around. They're going to go for it! Oh, it went to 24 health, but Powerville picks it up. And a second kill as well. Hooney slinks away with 5 HP. He's burning, but he will not die. TSM get 5 unanswered kills and a Baron.
8-0. Baron is theirs. TSM really coming out on top in that one. It was nearly a steal as they went in. They tried to steal this away. You can see they're trying to position here to get something down on it. The spear did land, and then TSM sends Hooney over as he megas out, but they flash over to the side. They land the damage. He pounces into the pit, does drop the smite, but not quite timed well enough to get it, as it looked like Power of Evil dealt that last final bit of damage.
They didn't draft any crowd control. That's why I was so set on Someday being the important member, because maybe they could side lane it, but now a chomp in from Hui. They finally find a little bit of something. A sort of goes down. Second kill of the game finally comes through for 100 Thieves. Hui has delivered them both. Dead Man's Plate even is there to keep running faster, but it just does not mean enough. The gold lead's still 7,000. More turrets going down. Hey, by the way, a solo kill. Lost just took down Demonte through the Syndra ult, so he's clapping. Mid lane 2-2 drops as well. Bot lane, top lane, all of them under fire. Spica's still side laning right now with the Baron buff on, and 100 Thieves still stuck in mid.
If you chase past the minions, the isolated Q damage does so much if all of those Q bullets do hit Someday, and he may just get killed here himself.
Decent damage, puts him in 300 health, but it's not going to be enough. Now Spica's going to be the target. He is exhausted, but B just summons Spectre Horses, gets all the way out. Tom Kenchel, I got to find him either. Yeah, he's a very fast horse. He pops the ghost.
Of them being able to pick people off. So TSM are so comfortable to just spread the map. They know they have the opportunity here, as we saw this kill. Gale Force in on top, lands the...
Well, top lane inhibitor turret is gone. Baron not going to be the play just yet. Here comes the hard engage. Sword Art finds 3. Here's the horse. He's over the top. It's the equestrian combo, and this game is over. 100 Thieves. They're down to 2 members left, and the chase down's going to come in. That's going to be Someday trying his hardest. It's not going to matter. Hooney is there. There's the shuffle. There's the double. There's the game. TSM, 6 wins in a row. 100 Thieves claim that they were the best team in the game. They're not even the best. Oh, I said it wrong. They're the best team in the LCS. Not even the best team in this game. That's going to be TSM knocking down the Nexus turrets. They're going to knock down the Nexus. 6-2. TSM looking sharp here.
You tried your best, Freak, just like 100 Thieves, but both of them weren't quite enough today. TSM crushing through this game, looking so dominant in this one, start to finish, covering Hooney in what was really the only attempt at a dive this time around for 100 Thieves. They really did shore up that weakness up on the top side. They knew 100 Thieves picked for it. They had to cover their top laner. They did so. And Sword Art was such a standout in this game for me. The roams from him, getting a kill mid, getting a kill top, felt like a very strong early game from them. Spica not punished on the Hecarim, able to get an easy level 6, and TSM felt in control at all points and really did make this look pretty easy.
Yeah, they did. I know Emily's going to be happy. I know she was talking about, I need to see Sword Art doing more than play for the 2-on-2. he did that, and this time it worked. In earlier weeks, he would roam mid, he'd get a flash, then nothing would come of it. This time around, flash wasn't even used. He just found the kill alongside Power Revo and then did it again in top lane and kept doing it throughout the game. So many of the team fights were engaged by Sword Art on the Rel, landed the combos. Well played to him. I agree, he was definitely a focal point. And his sort of, I don't know if you want to call it a reacclimation, an improvement, a return to form. I know he can be a good player, and I know he is a good player, but the first few games were not that. This game and the recent ones certainly were. And so, yes, where he goes, so goes TSM. Again, 6 wins in a row. They are a single game behind Cloud9. And hey, we're 8 games into the split for this team, right? There are 18 games, and then you play the midseason showdown, aka spring playoffs, aka the qualifier for midseason invitational, and then the rest of the split happens, your record carries over, and you go for Worlds. Right now, TSM are in prime position for a bye, for a good look in this playoff run, and they want to be the team that goes to MSI. They want to be the sort of, it's kind of air quotes now, spring split LCS champion, because there aren't really splits, but they're looking sharp.